Hey guys, the first thing I just want to show you this morning is how to put your Chromebook on split screens. So if you did forget to take your workbook home, you can see your workbook page on one side and then have my YouTube video open on the other side. So just like always, you would open up Google and go to Google Classroom Math, and you would go down and find your assignment for the day. So if I opened up, I'll just open up a random day. And inside the lesson, you would have your worksheet and your YouTube video. So the first thing you would do is just open up your worksheet like always and wait for it to load. Okay, and then if you look up here, look in the top right where I'm circling right now, you'll see me going back and forth across the top right buttons. If you put your pointer on the one in the middle that looks like some little stacks of paper on top of each other, it says restore down when you point at it. You would click on that button and it's going to take you to a half screen. Now it's up to you which side you put your workbook on. It doesn't matter which works best for you. I always like to have the page that I'm looking at on the left. So to move the page, just put your pointer, see up here where I'm circling again, just touch somewhere on the gray part up top. You won't be on top of anything, just up in the gray area, and click and hold it down and it'll let you move your page where you want it to be. So put your page on whichever side you want it on. Okay, and then you'll open another tab. When you get that new tab open, you'll see where I'm circling again, just up here on the new tab. You'll put your pointer on the new tab, click and hold it, and then drag it over to the other side and let it go. And now you have two different screens open. So you can have your workbook page on one page, and then you would just go through the same process over here on this other page. Now make sure that your pages aren't touching like this. So make sure you drag it over far enough to where there's just a little bit of space in between them, or it will make you, anytime you click on the other one, it will stop the other page from responding. It'll go to whichever one's on top. So make sure they're not touching at all. Now, if they aren't wide enough, let me put my pointer right on the edge. I'm on the right hand side right now on the one that just has Google on it. If you put your pointer right on the very, very edge, you see how it turns into two little arrows pointing left and right. Once they point like that, you can click and hold it down and it'll let you drag your page out smaller or larger. So you can do that on both pages until you have just a little bit of space in between, and then it lets you navigate on both sides. So now that I have my workbook page open over here on the left, on my new tab that I drug over to the right, I can go back to Google Classroom. And I can go back into Math. And I can go back to that same date. And I just picked the 9th, but you would go on your current date. I was just picking something to show you with. And then you could open up the video lesson that goes with it. So now you can have your workbook page over here on the left and the video on the right, and then have your paper to work on. And this, again, this is just for people who forgot to take their workbook home. If you have your workbook, you don't have to do all of this unless you want to. It's a good skill for you to have. A lot of times you need to work in split screens if you're having to Google search something so that you can key on one page and search on the other. So that was just a little tip on how to get split screens in case you didn't take your workbook home. And I'm going to start filming lessons in just a little bit, and hope y'all are enjoying your snow days because Miss Menard is working on hers.